Oh, yes, making fun of NFTs. Okay, okay. But yeah, I would say check out my video in that case. Okay. Yeah, first. I was gonna say, dude. But yeah. Mm. Mm-mm. Oh, bust a cap. Yeah, I mean those videos are mainly for new people. Yeah, I have a team that does those. I don't really make those at all. They just put one on every day. So I appreciate it though. I'll send the feedback in for sure. Yep. NFT is not pay to win, Co. It's true. It's pay to lose. You buy an NFT and you immediately lose. Yeah. Oh, I mean it makes sense.
Are you with that warrior girl who's always here?
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to?
Did you get a good look at him?
I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Okay, just saying. Somebody said there is 0 chance that Diablo 4 will be pay to win. That's the whole point of Immortal. Here's the thing. I hope that you're right. You might be right. But saying there's 0 chance that they're gonna put mechanics in Diablo 4 that you can buy to make you stronger, after seeing what's happening with Immortal, I would definitely not say it's a 0% chance. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help.
I hope they don't,
know the
though.
libraries very well.
That would be nice.
I'm just doing some research.
Mm-hmm. What kind of research?
I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads.
Oh no, Sundog, it's fine. I mean, dude, a big part of streaming is I play games for you guys, but we also talk about current events and things like that. I'm always happy to discuss this stuff. But the last thing I'll say before I do focus on the game for a little bit is people have to remember the bigger these companies get, the more people join the company just to make money. The reason that they work at the company is not because they like video games, not because they appreciate the art that it is. They're there because they have a marketing job or a management job. They don't care about what the company does. They care about the company making money because that's their job. Their job is to make money. The devs make the games. They're there to make the money. So as companies get bigger and bigger, like Blizzard has, for example, and they got so big they got bought by an even bigger money-making company, it gets to the point where everyone sitting in the boardroom making decisions, none of them there are for the passion of the game. They are there to make money. So the idea that a game like Diablo Immortal, which they can look at a bank statement and say, this is making us an absolutely huge amount of money. The idea that discussion is not going to come up in that same boardroom about should we put some of this huge money-making stuff in Diablo 4, the idea that they're all going to go, no, we don't want to do that. Like, that's just naive. Because again, those people don't care. What they care is about the little numbers on the bank statements, and they care about those numbers being bigger. So not only would I say that there's not a 0% chance, I would turn that around on you and say there is a chance we will see more pay-to-win mechanics in Diablo 4 than in Diablo Immortal. There is a chance that it will be worse than Diablo Immortal. Not only is there a chance in your mind that it might be not, there might be more. So now do I doubt that? I doubt that because I think that reputation is a thing that they have to consider. And I think there's been a big pushback on Immortal. And they're smart enough to realize that if their reputation takes enough of a hit, they are going to lose money. So that is something they have to consider. But balancing how much money they can get out of gamers with how much your reputation takes a hit, is essentially their job. That is what they do. That is what they are paid to do. How much money can we get from gamers while not sinking our company? So, yeah. So just saying, you gotta think about what's going on behind those boardroom doors, because that's when your company is that big, that's who's steering that ship, not the people making the games. The people making the games are told what to do and paid to do it. They're not making those decisions. Okay, anyway, I'm done. That's it. I'm a Grim Warden. I'm not afraid of the deep roads.
A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the
Thank
Tide,
God for
it
indie
was
devs.
the Wardens.
Yes.
I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove
Hey,
I'm a
knowledge.
noble.
Hey,
You
Hookin.
could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope.
All right, like Corey said, we want to make sure we get every little pickup in here. Lots of books and random little stuff.
It shall be done.
By the way, I really appreciate that we
has
can
begun.
say stuff like this and have these types of discussion and have chat actually be full of like well-written and thought out rebuttals and discussion and
I
things
shall
like that.
do it.
I'm personally going to go ahead and cut it off here. But that being said, like I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Athrus's pendant. Everyone's got necklaces, right? What do you have? Oh yeah, let's put that on you. A little better. Plus 10% cold damage. Put that on you. All right. I thought we got better tooltips. Improves backstabs. Doesn't seem like a very good improved tooltip. Unfortunate. Okay. Murder bits. I used to love building sandcastles with my grandmother, but my parents thought it was creepy and eventually glued the urn shut. Thank you, Murder Bits, for the $10 tip to the mod team. I appreciate that. Wow. Okay. That was one of them. that was one. Oh Lord. Yeah, I haven't heard that one before. That's a good one. That's a good one. In Praise of the Humble Nug. A poem by Snoop Doggy Dogg. Let's see. Do we have to talk to these people? There we go. Hey, Azumo, what's up, buddy? What's big this week? Is a fourth child coming? What? No. It's SGF this week. No.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories.
How do you know who I am?
The exile.
I mean, he's the Shaper of Memories, but okay.
As a Grey Warden's visit to renew the ancient alliance.
Oh, Major Stranger. That's nice of you to say, buddy. Thank you very much. Talk about Orzammar, Lord Shaper.
Ask, and I shall do my best to answer.
Chat, you don't put fruit on pizza, end of story. Nobody tell him about tomatoes. What's the difference between an ancestor and a paragon?
All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to paragon. A paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name.
Are tomatoes a fruit? They absolutely are. Yeah. And what was that's what Bronca was.
Bronca is a paragon, now and into death. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon
Smokeless
status.
coal? Technically, tomato is a berry, though. You're berry. Very cute.
So itchy.
How'd the caste system come to be?
According to our legends, 7 brothers founded our empire. The youngest, Bloodlik, was the wisest and was chosen king. His children formed the noble caste. The eldest, Gyatchet, trained his sons to defend their king. They became the warrior caste. Shatkyar founded the artisans. Orzatyar forged our first swords. It was Orzammar who dug the mines that became our city's foundations. The twins Koapar and Noct both founded trading houses, but Noct was wounded in battle. On his recovery, he swore to serve his brother's sons.
Dang. It's so much lore. Delicious. What about the casteless?
The casteless descend from criminals and those repudiated by their own families, or who chose to go to the surface and live by human laws. They have no ancestors to guide them and no families to claim them. They should not have been born. Their parents defied their shame and brought cursed children into the world. It's better they die young.
I love, out of nowhere, Bipes 2A, after saying nothing about the subject for the entire discussion, just says, please stop the discrimination between fruit and berry. And then he follows up, in the future, we shall simply sell tomatoes next to bananas, next to strawberries, next to pineapples, next to apples. Good on you, man, fighting the good fight. Never back down, never relent. This is a horrible thing that this guy said. It seems easy for you to dismiss them.
Their births are not recorded in the memories. In Orzammar, they do not exist. Is there something more pleasant you wish to discuss?
Ouch. Tell me some of Orzammar's history.
Perhaps the books here can make up for the lack of attention you paid your elders. We were a great empire once.
Whoa.
And our land stretched through the deep roads. CohhCarnage was capital then. But we lost too many battles. We lost our golems. And we lost our territory. Now the empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn.
How did you lose your golems?
The Paragon Caridin, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle. But Caridin's Tig is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more.
Golems like this?
Yes. We have only a few dozen left in Orzammar, and I do not recognize this one. Where did you find it? Every golem is precious to us. We'd pay a good sum for a new find.
I'd sooner jump into a pit of lava.
Unfortunate. Was there anything else?
Unfortunate.
I must tell the rest of the
Thanks,
Shaper
Gators.
about
Appreciate your
this
54,
discovery.
bud. How many dwarves is Ko worth in a battle? A solid 3/4. Solid 3/4. Where's CohhCarnage?
At the
Oh,
other
we're
side of
Klingon
the
now.
old empire. During the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. CohhCarnage is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us.
This is the one we did before, right?
The Paragon...
Yeah.
One, when it fell, we lost his secret to creating... I will settle your mind if I can, Warden.
Huh?
Please, speak your mind.
Okay.
Your presence here has been recorded in the memory.
Cool. A lot of good lore there. All right, I think we're good here for now. This is the guy that said that someone's missing. What about you?
Are you with that warrior girl who's always here?
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, cool. We're also doing the Awakening DLC. The plan right now is that we're going to do this game all the way through. Then we're going to play Dragon Age Inquisition. Then we're going to play Trespasser. Because I really, really want to play that DLC. And I'm interested in playing Inquisition again, too. I might do more DLC for Inquisition. I Might do DA2 before the new DA, and I might do Awakening for YouTube at a later time. That's where we are right now. I'm kind of somewhat laser focused on wanting to get the Trespasser DLC done, because now that we know for certain that Dragon Age Dreadwolf is going to be firmly based on Trespasser, I've never played Trespasser, and I know that every day that goes by, I just get closer to having this awesome, amazing DLC experience people keep telling me about, like completely spoiled by like a press release or something. Because that's the thing. Apparently, like, I didn't read the Dreadwolf press release, and people were telling me that even like in the press release, there were things that you find out in Trespasser, and it's like, I need to play this. I need to play this DLC. So we're going to be playing like an archer class. We're going to be playing DAI again. It is going to be modded. Like, for instance, one of the mods we're going to be using for DAI, apparently there's a lot of banter in DAI, but in the base game, it barely triggers. So we've got mods that are going to make the party banter a lot more in DAI. We've got some looting mods. There's a few graphic mods. Nothing that affects gameplay. We're going to make sure to keep that out. This time we're going to be a little bit more diligent, right, Barely? We're going to make sure there's no gameplay additions or changes. And we're going to go from there. So should be good, should be good. What is DAI? Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah. It's really gross that they made the DLC extras so important to the story. Yeah, and not only that, but apparently that, like, this is the phrase that really stuck with me. A long-term sub in the channel who's been trying to get me to play Trespasser for a long time, said that basically the Trespasser DLC takes the average story of DAI and turns it into a great story. Like, that's kind of huge. So, like, I'm very interested in playing it. I want to. I don't know what that means, and I really want to see what that means. So, yeah. Will I use the war table mod for DAI? I don't know yet. Not sure. Not sure. I'm thinking about it. I don't think that would affect what we want to do too negatively, because you still have to do all the war events. It's just they complete instantly, so you don't have to do the mobile game style waiting for them. So we might do that. We'll see.
I heard
we also may do the Descent. We'll do other stuff.
What insult do you mean by coming here?
Somebody said, why didn't you just start with DAI if you wanted to play DAI? Because it's Dragon Age Origins. I haven't played this game in 7 years. This game's amazing. I'm loving every second of it. So, I've been meaning to do this for a long time, and we have time. So, yeah. Here's a Grey Warden, not as an Hadouken.
House Idouken struck your name from its records the day you killed Trian. With Endron gone, Balin must take his throne.
It was Balin who killed Trian.
You should leave Orzammar now, exile. Seek whatever you wish on the surface, but there is nothing for you here.
You know, don't you? Balin told you what happened.
As we were taught as children, our histories are never wrong, and the history of House Idouken lists you as Trian's murderer.
Wow. Let me talk to Balin. We can put this behind us.
There were many cruel whispers about Balin after you left, which you could only assume came from you. Why would he trust you now?
Part of the game, he won. I'd have done the same.
If you wish to convince me of your goodwill, you'll have to show you've put the past behind you.
Oh, God. I don't know. It doesn't say... Normally, if you do something like this, it says lie with it. I would sooner see Orzammar fall than Balin on the throne.
I won't be passing that message on, exile. Your brother will be king soon. He's the one who decides who lives and who dies.
How far did I get in DAI originally? Oh, I did 100% run. Yeah, we not only did everything there was to do in DAI, but I cleared like every map. I did every single thing there was to do when it came out. Yeah, we even went around and killed the optional bosses and stuff. It was, I mean, I had a good time with it when it came out. I did. I had a good time with it. I mean, it was as I said at the time, and I say now, it's Dragon Age Arcade. I feel like it's an arcade game. It's not like the RPG that this game is. But yeah, I still had an okay time with it. I feel the same way about DAI as I do Deus Ex Invisible War, where it's like, it's an okay game, but it's not a great game in the franchise. Like, it's a fine game. It's all right.
The assembly
There's
is
even
in
parts about
session.
it that are good.
Enter
but
quietly if you wish to observe.
it's not the best Dragon Age game. Yeah.
Very well.
Okay.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the surface trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions. Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. So it's true. The exile has returned, and we are to treat you as a respected guest.
I'm a Grey Warden now.
And for that, you earn my respect, more than as a member of your lost family name. If only the Assembly thought the same. Respect for your role is
Hey,
great,
Lord Vingar.
but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Do I prefer Dragon Age or Mass Effect? I generally like sci-fi more, but mechanically and depth-wise, I probably like DAO more. Like, out of all the stuff, DAO is probably my favorite game. Yeah, Mass Effect 2 is really good, though. Yeah. DA2 had better characters and story than the first game, but it surely lacked in a variety of side content. Dave, there's not many times that I would tell you that you're just wrong, but I would, in this case, my opinion is that that's just wrong. Yeah. I would say that's just wrong. I would hard disagree. Yeah. I would not saying that the DA2 stuff was the worst. I mean, if anything, the characters in the story were by far not the worst part of that project. But I will say that I did like the characters in Dragon Age 2. The story I felt was kind of lacking in some ways, but it did carry it along. But then everything else was not as good, probably. Copies, not the same RPG, but doing my evil playthrough of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous while watching your run. Keep being you with the 46 months. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Is there anybody who can break this stalemate?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Is that really all we can say to him?
Warden, I'm afraid the Assembly is still locked in debate. What can I do for you?
How's the election looking?
At this point, they're stone for stone. I wouldn't put any coin on the outcome. It's still up in the air, though. One big surprise, and it could go either way.
Oh, no. Yeah, for the record, just because somebody says it's not as good as DAO doesn't mean it's bad. No, I mean, for me, DAO is like a masterclass in a lot of ways. So even if it's close to DAO, that means that it's amazing. You know, like when I say DA2 is not as good as DAO, it doesn't mean I'm saying it's bad. There's parts of DA2 that are argued pretty great. But yeah, there are parts of DA2 that are just bad. Be clear, the map reuse and the fact that it was rushed and it becomes very clear. I mean, there are parts in that game. And I think that's honestly one of the reasons DA2 gets such a bad rap. Is because there are parts of it that are just absolutely terrible. But yeah. I gotta admit, the more we talk about it, the more I kind of want to... I do want to play DA2 again. I don't know when, but I definitely want to play it again. Yeah. I definitely do.
Lord Harrowmont sends his greetings, Exile. He was surprised to see you back here.
How long is DA2? Yeah, Zaven? Yeah, I hear you. It's not as long as DAO, right? Isn't it a lot shorter? Like 40-ish hours? 30, 40 hours? Okay. I would like to speak with Lord Haramont.
You may have convinced his lordship of your innocence, but it is my duty to protect him, even from his own folly.
We've already caught more than one of Balin's spies trying to get close to his lordship, so I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Haramont, you will need to prove he can trust you.
How can I prove I'm not working for Belin?
That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Haramont's best fighters into stepping down.
So if you'd like me to enter the proving in Haramont's name?
It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Haramont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
Okay. I'll enter the proving and see why the others withdrew.
Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the proving master and tell him you're entering Lord Haramont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Okay. Ronan Riker with the 4 years. A whole 4 years. Wow, Co. I just want you to know that I have a sincere respect for you. You've helped me and many of us in many ways. I wish you nothing but good fortune and good vibes. Thank you from Ronan Riker with the 4 years of support. My man, thanks. Really appreciate it, buddy. That's a long time, dude. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. We have Ogren unlocked?
Hour.
We don't.
Lord Haramont entrenched in the past. How long can he...
Oh, if you play DA2, at least people will then start bringing it up. No, dude, it's been fine talking about it. I like it. I love talking about this stuff, dude. It's one of the reasons I love streaming.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to King Endrin's memory.
Lord Haramont is the voice of...
Are you the
Yeah, fool. That's my feelings, too.
The voice of anarchy and ruin.
Anon with the $50 tip to the mod team. Good mods. Love you all. $50. Thanks, man. It's awesome. You play Dragon Age Origins? Nah, I don't think so.
I did not expect to see you again. I am afraid you will find Orzammar much changed.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Branka didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do, that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
No!
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Who are you?
I'm Loylanar Ivo, warrior, which is more than I can say for that useless sod.
Have you ever thought about streaming the games you play? Seems like a lot of work. Who was he?
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after...
I don't think that would ever take off.
Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
What happened?
All Mino's son said was how unlikely it was that a bunch of Smiths would return safely from the deep roads. Which is true. Ancestors preserve us. That's what the warrior caste is for. But Ogren claimed it was an insult to a paragon. Next thing, they're in a duel to first blood to defend Branka's honor. Then Ogren starts screaming and runs him through.
Wasn't the duel to first blood?
It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the Deep Roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled.
Why does Ogren care so much about Branka?
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the Deep Roads and abandoned him.
Branka was married to that drunk?
Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation.
Why'd you go to the Deep Roads?
Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her.
How'd she become a paragon?
She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly a third. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Branka, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name.
What were you and Ogren arguing about?
It's been 2 years since Branka left. No one has ever stayed in the Deep Roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching.
Okay. I should leave before you start complaining about me too.
If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Hold on one sec. Oh, okay. Sorry. Somebody said something totally benign and Suzu just straight up banned them. And I was like, maybe I missed something? Looked at the history. No, not really. And then Suzu says in chat, I am so sorry. I clicked that accidentally. I was definitely like, man, like Suzu does not ban people normally. He must have really screwed up. Damn. It's all good, Suzu. Man, I never thought that Suzu would let the power go to his head. You never... Oh, you think you know somebody, huh? Jeez. Think you know something. All right. I have a 200-word essay due tomorrow, but here I am still watching Ko anyway. That was the guy that Suzu banned accidentally. I'm banning you for real. When you send me a copy of that essay, I'll unban you. Don't use me as an excuse to ignore your studies. You can just whisper it to me in a PM, or you can send it to my business email. Be better. Okay, let's go in here. Oh, and I will tin-eye it, so don't think that you can get away with just making something, copying something off the internet. All right, fine. You're unbanned for now. I'm watching you. Okay. Another Nug Wrangler.
A Trust Vala.
Oh, it's the same guy.
Wrangling friend.
Wait, where's the arena? Diamond Quarter. Oh, Proving Grounds. 200-word essay takes literally 5 minutes. It's true. That's not very much. I have faith.
Has the Elder Mage ever encountered another golem?
I suppose there used to be one deactivated one stored in the tower's vault. I wonder what became of it. After all that's happened to the Circle, I'd be surprised if it isn't completely destroyed.
Why was it deactivated? Did it crush some arrogant mage's head after one too many commands?
I do not know, Shale. Perhaps it is just irreparably broken. I think it stayed in the tower because no one could move it. It is very, very old. I believe it came from Tevinter a long time ago. Perhaps someone bought it so it would guard the tower.
Its people do enjoy their slaves, don't they?
It was not a slave. It is a
tool. As I thought. No, don't deny it. No.
Ouch. Yeah, Win, not going to respond to that at all? Okay. You missed the girls from the prologue? Okay, well, we must go find them immediately. Were they back in the Diamond Quarter? Oh, L Soccer. We were 100% kidding, dude. But seriously, do your homework. But we were kidding. But seriously. We were kidding. But I mean, your homework. Oh, what's up, Marty?
My lord, you're back. They told me you were dead.
Good to see you again, Marty. I remember you. Looking for another night with your prince?
Prince, you say? Then why were you exiled and stripped of caste not 2 days after you planted your son in me? With you as his father, he's casteless now. His birth wasn't even recorded by the Shapers. You've destroyed us.
Did you say son?
I've had to care for him myself, nurse him, clothe him. I can't work. No one wants to lie with a woman who's used up her fertility on some casteless brat. How could you do this to us?
Sorry, lady. Not my problem. I'm sorry. Is there any way I can help?
Yes. Convince your family to take you back. Or at least declare you honorably dead and acknowledge your son. Please, think about what his life will be otherwise.
I'll try. In the meantime, here's some money to live on.
Thank you. I haven't had a solid meal in a week.
50 sovereigns.
That's truly generous. I should be able to rent a room for that sort of coin. Thank you. It's good to see you haven't completely forgotten us.
Wait. Where's the kid? Did I just get...
I have heard nothing from House Iduken. Please don't forget us, my lord.
Be patient. You're not exactly my top priority here.
What could be more important than your son?
Wait, did she just... Okay. Alright. Seems a little suspect. Okay. Amura, hopefully we'll have some news about that soon. Yeah. Yeah, I just spent like 50 gold. Yep. Walks away still there. That's true. Guys! I gotta go. I don't want to. I'm loving this, but unfortunately, I gotta go. Today is the last big day I'm probably gonna be taking off this week. Coming up is SGF from Thursday on. I'm basically on for like 6+, in some cases 8 hours straight into the afternoon. We've got so many things coming up. For those that don't know, for SGF this week, or this week actually. For SGF, we've got on June 9th, SGF begins with the Day of the Devs. June 10th is Netflix Geek Week, the IGN Expo, Tribeca Games Spotlight. June 11th is the Future Games Show, Guerrilla Collective, Wholesome Games Direct. June 12th is the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, PC Gaming Show, the second part of the Guerrilla Show. And then on next Tuesday, we've got the second part of the Xbox conference. We've got so many things coming up. SGF is Summer Games Fest. It's basically Jeff Keighley's thing, but this is like the whole. This is not E3. If that's a better way to know it. This is the week of not E3. Yes. So it's going to be a thing. That being said, I am taking the rest of the afternoon off today to hang out with my family, since I will not be doing much for the next like 5 days straight in the evenings, which is the normal time I hang out with my family. And so I'm going to go and chill with them and spend a lot of time with them today and all that fun stuff. So yeah, it's going to be fun. On that note, I will be back this evening. We have some farming / side questing to do in Xenoblade Chronicles. We're going to be doing that this evening. Tomorrow morning should be more Dragon Age Origins, I think. We'll get another nice big chunk in there. And then I think tomorrow afternoon is when the first actual event starts. It's the OTK Indie Dev Show. So hopefully we'll see some fun indie dev stuff there. Should be cool. And then Thursday is when like the big official festivities start. So it's going to be big. And I hope to see all of you here for it. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are on the globe. If I don't see you tonight for Xenoblade, see you tomorrow morning for more Dragon Age Origins. As always, thank you so much for your time. And a big thanks for all the support today. And I'll see you fine folks later for more fun and games. Bye-bye.